It sounds like good news for anyone in the hunt for their next car. Electric vehicle prices have dropped this year, about 40% in some cases. Sam Ollie looks at the...
I think that'd be overall, though. That would include the second-hand car market. I don't think new cars, many of them brand new, would have dropped 40%. I did see a nice little Fiat 500e that was like 30-something as opposed to 50-something. But in general, I don't think the new ones are dropping that much. But we'll see. Let's have a look.
3 reasons why and how long the cost cutting will last.
These new wheels, an early Christmas present.
It feels like a giant go-kart. Like it's just, you put your foot down and it moves immediately.
Prices earlier this year beyond his budget.
But once the price stepped down, it actually started to make a lot of financial sense for me.
That's because dealers have had an oversupply of EVs this year as sales slowed. This time last year, more than 17,000 new battery-powered EVs had been sold in Aotearoa. Sales have since plummeted, just 5,500 in 2024.
There's definitely some hurt right through the industry.
EV dealers are blaming 3 R's: the recession, road user charges or RUCs coming in, and no more rebate. Falling demand pushing down prices so much, many EVs are now cheaper than with the rebate.
Distributors have been forced to discount.
Remember we did talk about that, you and I asked that question. I wonder if there'll be a drop away and that'll cause them, and it's what's happened.
Them to clear out their stocks.
The price drops up to probably 40% difference.
It's a global trend.
Just quietly, though, that didn't seem like a very scientific answer, did it? No, I'll probably give it a whack, maybe around 40%.
We've seen certain manufacturers come to the market this year and cut their tails, cut their losses, and put out cars at thousands and thousands below their cost, simply because their cost of holding those cars was so significant.
Chinese technology is driving rapid changes.
Within 2 years, I think you'll be seeing anything between 800 and 1,000 k's of range.
But will the prices increase too?
Some of those manufacturers are sold out or selling out of that reduced stock, so you see prices return to sort of business as normal next year.
I think I bought it the right time.
Time now to hit the road in the new Christmas present. Sam Ollie, One News.
So the idea of range is a really important question. I mean, I know with mine, I've got a little photo here, I'm around town, Chewie, clicking over 600 k's range, which is what I'm getting out of mine. It's supposed to be 520, but I've taken a photo of it again. So there's 50% gone in my one, 308 k's, that's 616. And that was as I was driving through town. Not, how sometimes you start it up the first time, it gives you a false reading sort of thing. So I'm getting over 600 k's range in mine around town fairly regularly. Obviously, I'm going on a big road trip in January, February. We'll see what it does then. But yeah, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like now's the time to get into it if you can. If you're buying, why would you not buy an EV? Like if you're choosing to buy a new car or go down that path, what would stop you buying an EV? Because range and stuff now is it's a done deal. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Look, I saw that story and I was like, oh, be careful, because you are really seeing the end of range clear-outs more than anything. And you are seeing that, I didn't believe it at first, but there was the criticism that because of that rebate, there was both a compression at the top end and an inflation in the middle of prices. Because they were bringing them up because people would essentially claim the rebate. So you might as well just increase your price by 10 grand.
Yeah.
And now that that's gone, you are seeing true competition in the market. I have seen some, like there are cars that were 20, 30, even 40 grand more expensive a year ago. So if you were thinking of doing it, now is definitely a good time. And for all of our talk here in New Zealand of what the government wants to do with EVs, just a reminder, the rest of the world doesn't give a shit what national thinks.
Yeah.
The Chinese are making EVs like it's a mission from God.
And some of the stuff that's coming out is unreal, what's coming out of China.
Yeah.
Like I saw the last episode of whatever the new Top Gear was called. I watched the final episode, and Jeremy Clarkson basically said one of the reasons he doesn't want to do car stuff anymore because all cars are boring now. They're all boring. Dude, I watched this car out of China the other day doing a U-turn, and then its back wheel spun the opposite way so it could move, it could crawl its back across to do a tighter U-turn. I'm like, Jeremy Clarkson, if you think this is boring, you are just showing your boomer nature, you POS.